Welcome to my Yarn for Brains channel. My name's Michelle, and today I want to share with you this adorable bouquet blanket. This is very easy to work up, it's very fast, and the pattern is very versatile. I'm going to tell you a few things that you can make once you learn how to do this stitch. It's actually called an alternate double cluster stitch. You may have seen it or used it before. I did find it in a stitch dictionary, and I ended up making this Afghan, and I fell in love with it. I made this scarf, and then I used it to make this. It gives like a little bit warmer, cushier feeling than the granny cluster stitch. You can use it in a pretty similar way, but it's just a little bit thicker of a project. So I think you'll really enjoy it. I'll go ahead and show you how I got this started. For this pattern, I am using Red Heart Super Saver in the color Aran. I also have some green yarn. This is a red heart as well. And some pink yarn for the border. This is I Love This Yarn. I am using a 6.5mm crochet hook. We're just gonna make a slip knot, put that on our hook. And let's make a chain 4. We're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4 and slip stitch into that first chain. This forms our ring that we will be working into. Chain 2. Now this first stitch is just a little different because we're just getting started. So we have our chain 2, we're going to yarn over, insert our hook into the ring, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through only the first 2 loops. Yarn over, insert your hook into the ring, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over and pull through only the first 2 loops. We have 3 loops on our hook. Go ahead and yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Now we're going to make our first corner, so chain 3. And now we will make the next double cluster stitch. Yarn over, insert your hook into that ring, yarn over and pull through. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. Yarn over, insert your hook into that ring, yarn over and yarn over again, pull through the first 2 loops on your hook. We're going to do this one more time. Yarn over, insert your hook into the ring, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. Now that we have 4 loops on our hook, you're going to yarn over, pull through all 4 loops, and then we're going to chain 3 for our corner. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over, insert your hook into that ring, pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2. We have 4 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull through all 4 loops, chain 3, so far we have 3 cluster stitches, and we want 6 cluster stitches in this first round. So let's keep going. Yarn over, insert your hook into that ring, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Yarn over, insert your hook into that ring, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So we're just going to keep doing this until we finish this round. Once you have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through, and then chain 3. Essentially what we are doing is creating a cluster stitch. We are crocheting 3 double crochets together. Got one more. and then we'll chain 3. So now we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cluster stitches, and then we have our chain 3, and then we will just slip stitch into the top of that first cluster stitch. And there is round 1. So to start the second round, we're going to chain 2, turn our work, and we're going to start those cluster stitches, but we need to make this first one yarn over, insert into that chain space, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, yarn over into the chain space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, 3 loops on our hook. Let's close the stitch. We pull through all 3 loops, chain 3. This is our corner. So in each corner, we're going to have 2 of the cluster stitches. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to yarn over and go into that same chain space, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over into the chain space, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over into the chain space, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. We have 4 loops on the hook, and let's close that stitch. Now we only need 1 chain here. Because essentially this is the side. Now we're working a hexagon, so this is essentially just the side, and so we don't need the 3 chains, we just need the 1. Now we're going to do another corner, so let's yarn over, insert our hook into the next chain space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over into the chain space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through 2, and close that stitch. We're going to chain 1, 2, 3. This is a corner. Let's do another cluster stitch into that same chain space. Close that stitch with 1 chain, and we're doing the next corner. So we're just going to complete the same pattern all the way around this round. Don't forget to chain 3 in each corner. And actually on this round, I want to start marking my corners. Now this isn't something that you have to do, but I think that it's helpful moving forward. So I'm just marking the corners, because the corners are going to be where we need to do the chain 3s. And moving forward, it's just easier to see. So I'm going to finish this round, and then I will meet you at the beginning of round 3. So here we are at the end of round 2, and I'm just going to make sure that I close that stitch with a chain 1, and I'm going to slip stitch to join, chain 2, and we're going to start round 3. So let's turn our work, and we're going to do our modified cluster here to begin. So we only chain 1 here because this next one is the corner, and that is where we're going to be chaining 3. So just having those stitch markers designate your corners, chain 3, and we'll just scoot that stitch marker over, work on the other side of it, and it can stay there. You can move it up on each row or you can just leave it there. I just leave it. Okay. So I'm sure you're getting this by now. It's the same stitch, separated by a chain 1, except for the corners are chain 3. So it's pretty simple. It is forming a hexagon, so you should have 6 sides. So here at the end of round 3, just going to close that stitch and slip stitch to join. Let's check our work here. So it's kind of hard to see the corners right now, but they're there. But we're just making sure we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. Okay, these are our straight sides forming the hexagon. And our work is laying fairly flat. So if it's rippling in any way, you may need to change your hook size. If it's bunched up, you may need to go up a hook size. I'm pretty happy with my 6.5 millimeter. So I'm going to keep going. I'll go a couple more rounds and then I will show you the border. Alright, so it's up to you if you want to use the stitch markers, but here's how we're looking so far. And for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and show you the border, but you can make this piece as big as you would like. If you want to make the size that I made, it measures, it's about 11 inches. So 22 inches wide, and it is I did 16 rounds for this size. I recommend just starting anywhere on one of your flat sides, on one of the straight sides. Just gonna put your green yarn on your hook and we'll start with a chain 2, slip stitch to get on there, chain 2, that counts as your first stitch. And then we're just gonna double crochet into each of these stitches. Now that chain 1 that you're working into there is a little hard to get into. You can work into the chain space, but I recommend going right into that stitch just to keep things a little bit straighter, just to keep like your double crochets straighter. So each stitch gets a double crochet, and then when we get to the corner, we're going to add 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets. And then we have a straight side, so we're just going to add a double crochet into each stitch. And we're just going to do this all the way around. And then just remember, each corner is 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. So here's our 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 double crochets. So I'm going to finish this round, and then I will show you how to add our flowers. Alright, so I'm just finishing my last stitch, and I'm going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 2, and fasten off. So here's how my sample is looking so far. Next we are just going to add some ruffles. So this is what we want it to look like. So you can start anywhere on a straight edge, and I'm just gonna go ahead and attach my yarn. Chain 2 counts as my first stitch. Into the same stitch we're gonna add 3 more double crochets, and each stitch from here on out gets 4 double crochets. So here is our next stitch, and we're going to insert 4 double crochets. And then on the corners, I'll show you in just a moment. This is a really easy way to get the flower effect without having to make all those little individual flowers. This is just essentially a ruffle, and you could use this on all kinds of projects. So here we are at the corner, which is a chain 2 space. So we're just going to add 8 double crochets into each corner, 4 for each stitch. And I'll meet you at the end in just a moment. So this is how your ruffle is going to look. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please hit that subscribe and the bell so you can see my upcoming projects and ideas. I'm going to have a lot more coming for you, so please subscribe. And thank you so much for all of your support, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you in the comments below. If you're making the baby bouquet blanket, let me know who you're making it for, if it's a gift, or if you're going to use it as a home decor item. I'm very curious what you're going to do with it. And let's not forget, every stitch is a stitch towards something amazing. Catch you next time.